Did you know that in Notion you can have emojis dynamically populate based on information in your databases? Well, in this video, I'm going to show you how to create a formula to do this yourself. For this example, we're going to talk through a use case where a support team uses Notion and they want the green, yellow, and red emojis to automatically populate depending on the priority level of a case. We also have it so there's a check mark whenever a case has been completed, and then we have a warning signal if there isn't enough information provided to be able to grant us one of these emojis. So for this example, we have the warning sign because there's not a priority. If I went ahead and entered in a priority, you can see that it changes. If we remove it, then the warning sign is back. As we write this formula together, think through different ways that you can use this formula throughout your Notion. It doesn't just have to be for support case uses. So we're going to be writing this Notion formula using the if function. And if functions allow you to create conditional logic within your formulas. It allows you to specify a condition, provide two possible outcomes based on whether the condition is true or false. And really, to simplify things, I really want you just to think of this function as in terms of true or false. So here's the function layout here. And so we have if and Boolean. And what Boolean is, it's a data type that represents one of two possibilities. And we're going to use this to make a logical comparison. So to start off, we are going to just create a simple if function, just the first portion of the formula. And then eventually we'll move into the complete formula, which is a little more complex. But I want to start off with this first part so you can really understand. We're going to come up here to the database and we're going to create a new formula property. You're going to click edit and then let's scroll down and we're going to select if. Next, you're going to grab status. Then we're going to do two equal signs. And then in quotes, we are going to put done. Next, you're going to put a comma. And by pressing Control, Command, and Space in Notion, you can open up emojis. So we're going to do that. And then we're going to select this check. Again, put it in quotes, another comma. Again, we're going to look for the emojis and we are going to select the warning signal. Going to put that in quotes. And then we're going to close up this formula and then select done. And so for this first part, the prop status equals done. That's our Boolean where we're looking whether or not something is returned true or false. So if the status is done, as we have here, you can see that the formula returns that check mark. So here's the true value, and then here's the false value. So for these ones that we have the status as not started, you can see that it's bringing in the warning signal. Now that you have a basic understanding of how the if function works, let's go ahead and get to the end result here where we are going to nest if functions within each other so we can solve a more complex use case in our databases. So we're going to click into the formula again and edit it, and then let's remove out this last piece that we entered, and then we are going to select if. And then instead of status this time, we're actually going to be looking at priority. So we're going to go through low, medium, and high. And for low, we're going to give a green emoji. For medium, we're going to give yellow. And then for high, we're going to give red. Here, if the prop priority equals low, then what we want to do is we want to return the green emoji. And then we are going to do a comma. So far in this formula, we have done equals the check mark, and then low equals green. But if that's false, then we need to make sure that we continue to look through the database to find medium or high. So we are going to again do if, and then we're going to select priority, two equal signs, and we're going to search for medium, comma, and then for this scenario, we're going to search for the yellow emoji, comma, and then again, we're going to do the if function, and we're going to look for the high priority, two equal signs, and then we are going to put in high, comma, search for the red emoji, and then if it doesn't return low, medium, or high, we want to get that warning signal so that we are aware of that it's missing some important information in our database. So we're going to search for that warning signal. Then finally, let's close this off with 4 parentheses. And the reason it's 4 is because we have 4 if functions within this formula. And then we're going to select done. Let's bring this over here to the left-hand side so we can see it with this other data. So here in this scenario, if we go hit done, then it moves to check mark, move it back, it's green. And then if we move to medium, goes to yellow, and if we move to high, it goes to red. Now, one little quick tip for you to make your databases look a little bit better in Notion. If we try to go and minimize the size of this column, then that's as far as you can go. But if you go ahead and you create a checkbox, so we're going to create a checkbox, we're going to take out the name, and then let's move it all the way here to the left-hand side, and then let's put it like this. Then what we're going to do is go here and get that formula that we just created and copy it. And then we're going to go to this checkbox property and we're going to edit it and we're going to convert it into a formula. Then let's paste that formula in there and hit done. And so you can see that's kind of the difference there. Makes it look a little bit better for you. And let's delete this one. That's it for this walkthrough on how to use emojis in your Notion databases. If you guys would like to see more formula videos, make sure to drop down in the comments what type of formulas you'd like me to help you out with. And I'll see you in the next video.